How are you, Al?
Good, thanks. Welcome to Shrink Wrapped. I'm Allison Colarossi here with Dr. David Colarossi, and we are here for Shrink Wrapped.
I feel like this is a low energy shrink wrapped
Why?
because it's late and you're tired.
Yes.
So this has been a rough month for us. You have been traveling seemingly nonstop. Where have you been?
I was in Hawaii for work
For a week?
for a week. Then I came home and I went to Mexico. Well, first I was in Delaware, Hawaii, Mexico, and then I go to San Antonio. And I'm really excited for this month to be over because after that it calms down.
Yeah. So how was your, and you're not saying it, but I can see it in your eyes that what you want to say is that I have been like a superhero at home. Like just world's best single dad.
I really set you up for success.
How do you set me up for success?
I do all the laundry before I go. I do grocery shopping.
You what? You do
I
all
schedule
the laundry?
and schedule all kinds of activities for you to do with the kids.
She does. She gets so nervous that I feel like we live in this, in a sitcom, the husband is always like completely incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's always the joke. But the joke is never that the wife can't get her life together. It's always that the husband is totally out to lunch. All he does is drink beer and eat chicken wings, and the wife does everything. Like that's every American sitcom. I feel like you think you're living in that sitcom. So whenever you leave, you stock the refrigerator. I feel like you call your friends and get your friends to check on me. Like, I assume you think the house is just falling apart when you're gone.
I don't think that's a very fair way to portray men in sitcoms.
Mm.
But to portray you, yes.
I feel. What are you trying to say?
David, you never go to the grocery store. But I guess there's no need.
I'm a personal shopper. Seems that the refrigerator always seems full. I went to IKEA.
That seems like the worst idea with little kids.
What I do is when I drive there, and the whole ride there, I'm doing a combination of threatening and bribing them. So I say, if you're bad, I'll kill you. And if you're good, we'll get ice cream at the end.
You say I'll kill you?
In a nicer way. But yes, their lives are threatened. And then usually what I do is I'm walking through the aisles, Lino's going nuts. And I just tell Enzo, I go, Enzo, do you want me to give Lino feedback right now? And then he knows that means no ice cream. So then Enzo polices.
Remember one time we went to IKEA and one of them just peed in the middle of the floor?
Allison, I can't tell you how I have flashbacks about that and how angry it makes me. We go to IKEA together as a family. That's me, Allison, and our two kids. And the two kids are just demons in the store. They were younger. And we were doing it together. But you were enjoying yourself shopping, and I was wrangling the two kids. One of them, there's like a little toy section with like stuffed animals and stuff. The little tchotchkes are trying to get you to pick up. Lino takes a piss right on the floor. I see him do it. I grab him. I called you, and I said, hey, I need some wet wipes or something. Or this is an emergency. And you took like, I swear, 20 minutes to meander your way,
Remember the topic about the sitcom?
Yes?
Yeah. You needed me to come step in.
You had the wet wipes. I had to like get...
Why did I have the wet wipes? Case point.
Okay, you did have the wet wipes, and I was watching the kids. Okay, yes, you were carrying... Yes, your emotional burden was to carry the supplies that I was needing.
You're such a superhero. You are. You're such a superhero. You have been a superhero this month. And I was one the previous month when you had a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Allison and I both have jobs that require a lot of travel, and so I do feel like I feel like we're getting better at traveling, right? Don't you think? Coordinating?
Yes, except this week.
So here's the rule. So Allison and I both have jobs that require a lot of travel. The rule is that whoever gets it on the calendar first, they get to go on the trip if there's a conflict. This week, I got it on the calendar first, by 12 months. And Allison did not. And yet, we're compromising.
Well, I won't be traveling for the next few months, so that'll be good. And I'm happy about that because I feel like it's exhausting.
Whenever I travel, I am going to like
You're so great.
the middle of nowhere. Okay, the middle of nowhere. The coolest place that I travel to is Appleton, Wisconsin. Okay, that's the coolest.
Okay.
Allison goes to Seattle. Where'd you go in Hawaii? Oahu.
No, I went to the Big Island.
Oh, she had to slum it in the Big Island for work. And then you went to Mexico, went to Cabo.
No, I didn't.
Where'd you go?
I went to Playa Mujeres.
Okay. The fact that you know about the different cities in Mexico means you've been there too much. All right, go ahead. I'll stop complaining. Here's what happens is Allison comes home and I'm like, I've survived. And Allison's really grateful for like 7 minutes. And then she starts walking around the house being like, there's no toilet, there's no toilet paper, there's no milk.
It was shocking that like 2 of our bathrooms had no toilet paper. Like I had to go really bad and there was no toilet paper in that one. And then I moved to the next one. Again, no toilet paper.
Okay, we gotta just pick the bathrooms, you know?
Yeah, anyway, I went to Mexico. It was not a very convenient time, but it was my best friend's 40th, which is like an interest. I'm so glad I went and it was really fun. But I do feel like this 40th year is going to be like wedding season because the new thing is to do like a trip with your friends for their 40th.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is like all of us turn 40 at the same time. So it's not spread out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like wedding season. It's like wedding season, but now everybody has a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Right? When we got married, I was in debt. So like we couldn't do anything fancy. But now at 40, people have some money and so everybody wants to go on a trip somewhere. You know? So, well, was it a fun trip?
It was really fun. I am really glad I got to spend time with Brittany.
What was your favorite part about it and what was your least favorite part about it?
My favorite part was like honestly just spending time with Brittany and like getting to know her friends. Getting to know her and her friends together and all the different dynamics. I really enjoyed that. Plus we had a really funny surprise party for Schitt's Creek. So we all I brought Brittany a costume to dress up like Moira for Schitt's Creek, like, oh shit, you're 40. And everyone dressed up and it was hilarious.
Do you know that at work, everybody always says, ew, David?
Okay, so one of the girls wrote down all the David quotes.
Uh-huh.
And they are so funny. And now I'm going to play a game with myself on how many David quotes I can get out on a Zoom call before anyone notices.
What are the quotes?
One is like, they asked someone to help him and he goes, no, you can like literally ask anybody else in the world but me. I want to say that so bad. I'm just not liking how you're phrasing that right now. I think you should play that game.
You should think that would land quite as well with my audience.
So that was really fun. The worst part. There wasn't really any bad parts. I think.
Are you hedging because Brittany's going to watch this?
I think the hardest part for me has been all the travel. And so I really, really miss the family a lot. So, yeah.
I will say, I thought you were pretty good about usually when you're gone, I want subtle in the back of my mind, I would like you doing jumping jacks. Like when I call you, I want you like suffering. And you're always like, having a daiquiri or getting back from the gym or whatever. I feel like this time you did a good job though of like staying in close enough contact that I didn't feel like you were like had forgotten about us. You know what I mean? Because I think you missed us, or because there's been so many trips.
I did miss you guys a lot. Plus, you held a couple parties without me here, and then I'm having FOMO.
Party on. No, I thought you had I thought you had called your friends and said, David can't handle it, so go have a party at the house.
No.
Well, I was exhausted by him because I need like my private time.
Well, I had FOMO, but they all had a really good time. And we just moved into a new house and we haven't had anyone over because we have no furniture.
Yeah, notice the decor.
It's slowly coming together.
So.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to switch gears? I have some listener questions for us to respond to.
Oh, I love listener questions.
Okay, so for those of you that are listening, we have so first of all, Reddit is the coolest thing. But I just want to have the time to do all the writing. But there's like a serious community on Reddit, which I think everybody else knows. But anyway, so I started a shrink wrap feed on Reddit where people can go on, if you go on to shrink wrap just one word, and you can post questions and we will respond to them. So the question that was posted today was, this is about Sisterwives, okay? This is a two-parter, all right? So the first question is, Christine, so what is your take collectively on A, Christine's jump back into the dating pool in particular? So Christine Brown from Sisterwives, married for 22 years, leaves Cody Brown, and it's been less than a year, and she is now dating some new hunk. And I did a little research. I went onto her Instagram, and I can show you a video or a picture of the hunk. Okay? So she's dating a new hunk. That's question A. And
it's weird to hear you call him a hunk.
A hunk of burning love. Okay. So the question is, people were pretty split about whether or not to be happy for her or to be a bit concerned about them because Christine is already calling this hunk a soulmate. So the question 2 is, I guess two-parter is, do you believe in soulmates? And is there a healthy way to transition from a toxic long-term relationship into a new relationship? Before you answer, do you want to look at the Christine's hunk? He's hugging. Okay, hold on.
Well, I have thoughts about it.
Can I read you what Christine said, though?
Sure.
Because I think it is a little bit odd. I will admit it's odd. You ready? I finally found the love of my life, David. The first time he held me close, it felt like my soul took its first breath. He's wonderful and kind, incredible with my children, and an adorable grandpa. I never dreamed I could find a love like this. #blessed, #soulmate, #feeling good, #love my life, #partner.
I have so many thoughts.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, number one, I think she probably is in love, and she's been totally number one, neglected as a spouse for years. And so I think her relationship was dead a lot longer than this show portrayed. So I feel like it may seem fast to us, but it's been years in the making. Number two, I feel like there's a lot of chemicals happening because it's new love, and so she is in love. And I think it's okay. I always think it's really cheesy when people do that, but let's be honest, Christine can be kind of cheesy, in general. Mm-hmm. She's a romantic. The other thing is she has to put it out there because people are going to be seeing her dating. And so I think she wanted to be the first one to share it. Kind of like Rachel Hollis did something cheesy like that. Oh my God, I kissed a boy.
God,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I think because of her celebrity status, I feel like she had to put it out there like that.
I think you're totally right that it's been more than a year for her. It's been less time for her audience, but more than a year for her. I think it's great that she's in a relationship. I would push back on the language of soulmate. I mean, the way I think about it, here's part of it is I don't know how many people that she has dated before this David. My assumption is not that many. So it would be such incredible serendipity if her very first person she started a romantic relationship with was her soulmate. Right?
Can I play devil's advocate? Because just like you said.
I was in the middle of pontificating, but go ahead.
Well, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, you always as a therapist say that online dating like is really good because you get to know the person before you meet them. And so like they may have like been emailing and texting way longer.
Yeah, true.
You know, and she might have been doing that with lots of people.
It's true. I don't know how many people it's been before. I'm just saying that if you go from one long relationship into another long relationship, you run the risk of wanting it so bad that you'll make it work with whoever. Yeah. And I hope this is her soulmate, or whatever, whatever she thinks that is. I guess I would, if I were talking to her, I would say, Christine, for yourself, do your best to, like, you should be with somebody for an entire year, all 4 seasons, experience them in different settings over time after the spotlight is off before you fully engage in wanting to get married. Her language feels like she's ready to get married right now. And that feels like she's going from one marriage into another. And, I don't have a problem with, so that's my concern, is that did you want it so bad you found it in anybody?
Sounds practical to me. But I don't feel like love is very practical. Ever.
Oh, geez. I guess it's true.
But I do feel like it is very practical, and it's probably right. And it's from a marriage and family therapist. So I feel like you should eat that.
I don't know if I'm reacting to the over-the-top language. Like, I hate this is like the cheesiness of that. I found my soulmate. I never knew love like this existed. How could it be? It's like, okay.
Well, you're not a romantic.
I'm not a romantic.
You're oppositional defiant, number one. So
okay.
You're always going to dislike it.
Okay.
You're not a romantic.
Mm-hmm.
And
are you going to say some good things about me next? Or?
No, and you're right. But love isn't practical. And this part of love that she's in is the most fun part.
Yes, that's true.
I feel like she's having fun.
Yes, I agree. What do you think? How do you think Cody's handling it?
Oh my God. I think he's probably in a jealous rage.
I bet he's not happy.
Yes.
I bet he's really not happy.
But maybe, so maybe she was already dating him when they did like the tell-all, which is why he was so rageful.
God, wouldn't you like to know the
I want to know everything.
I think we'll meet this guy on season 18. Yeah. Do you believe in a soulmate?
Yes. I know lately I don't feel like you're feeling that I'm your soulmate because I want to sleep a lot.
Uh-huh.
But I do believe in a soulmate. You do not?
It's funny. I think that as I've gotten older, I've believed in one more. Like when I was younger, I used to think that if people just did well, acted in a pro-social way, that any relationship could work. And I do think that that different people can make a relationship work, but I also think that the number of people with whom you can make it work is much smaller than I thought originally. I used to think any couple, if they got their shit together as far as how they treat each other, it'll work. And I don't think that that's true now.
Makes me feel really special, thing.
That seems that
got married very young.
I know I was so in love. Hold on. If there's a soulmate, you are definitely mine. I have not met anybody like you.
You just dug yourself a hole. Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think that God is saying these two have to be together.
I can't remember what we did on Valentine's, but I was feeling really special. Oh, you made me dinner.
Can I tell you, I was surprised that you were so pleased with that particular Valentine. Like that, I feel like I've done more than that before and didn't get the same level of...
No, okay, David, normally, you did like a meal from start to finish. It wasn't just a meat. Normally, it's like you think of one aspect of the dinner, and that's like this was like very well-rounded.
Mm-hmm. I'm improving. Yeah, I'm improving. Yeah. I didn't even get you a card or chocolates.
I don't need a card and chocolate. I need someone to put thought into it.
Okay. Well, I thought about it. So, what can I talk about my theory on flowers, which comes from my dad? But I really like the theory.
Your dad was divorced 3 times.
Twice.
2.5 times.
2.5 times.
Like other serious relationships ended before they even got married.
All right. But my dad used to say, he had 2 sayings, but one was that the reason why women like flowers so much is because they know that the flowers are going to die. And that, as I'm saying it, I'm going like, yeah, I can see why he had some relationship troubles. But he used to say that they like the fact that you're willing to put energy and effort into something that is futile. It's a pure expression of love because it's not really a substantive gift.
So I'm a person that loves fresh flowers in the house. And so like I don't feel like it's futile. It like brightens your mood for a whole week, however long it lasts. I mean, that is priceless, I think.
It's priceless.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I did get you an orchid.
I did, and you also taught me how to take care of it. So.
Did you know you just put ice in the dirt of an orchid and apparently it lives? Yeah. See, talk to me in 2 weeks, see if that...
Yeah. Well, I think we should circle back to this Christine Brown thing.
Okay.
I'm pro. You're con.
I'm not con. I just don't like... I have such a strong need for people to tell the truth. Like I wish that she had a more sober reflection on her relationship.
But it is okay. I don't mean to help you with your job as a psychologist, but it is her truth right now, like with all the different chemicals going on in her brain.
It is not her truth. It is what she wants people. It's what she wants people to think about her relationship right now. It's what she wants to think about her relationship, and which is normal. I'm not saying it's abnormal. But the idea that she is certain that he is her soulmate this fast is unrealistic. And I feel like that's how, like, social media, like, all of these influencers, like, everybody that goes on Valentine's Day and is, like, bloviates about how wonderful they are in relationships or how they're, great their connections are. And it's like the next week, half of them aren't together. And I feel like there's no, like, people aren't real about how they actually interact. Mm-hmm. Like, what's the correlation, you think, between people that go on to Facebook or Instagram or whatever and talk about how wonderful their partner is and the actual marital satisfaction in those relationships?
Well, I think that there is, like, a study on that. Because I've heard that, like, most, like, yes, you're not alone, so we should bring up that fact later.
Wait, what are you talking about? That there's a fact that those relationships aren't good?
Yeah. Like, I think someone did a study of it, like, posted and then, like, ending in divorce.
Yeah. So that's, I guess, what I'm reacting to.
I have never posted about you on my Instagram.
And I have never posted
about how wonderful you are.
It would be okay if you post, like, every once in a while. No, but I don't either. But that's just because we don't post much.
Yeah. Well, okay, so that's good. We'll see where it goes from here. And if anyone has any insider information, we can't seem to find any good insider facts about this guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about is, and I put it on your calendar, a little tickler on your calendar, for February 28th. We are going to...
It's the last day of February?
Yep.
What else is it? That's all I know.
We are going to be revisiting our New Year's resolutions on that day. See what the status is, how we're going. But I did promise the audience that we'd do a check-in to see where we are at about helping future David.
Future David and future Allison. By the way, she just runs around the house screaming that I am not taking care of future David all the time.
So
okay. We'll revisit it at the end of February.
Yeah, but I just like a little minor check-in now. I just was wondering where we are at.
On target.
Did you book a dentist appointment?
No. But I have been looking for doctors. But I want a doctor like Peter Attia. That's what I want. How do I find Peter Attia in Denver? like a performance longevity doctor.
There is a men's clinic in Denver. I told you.
Well, I couldn't find one, and everybody that I can find. Well, I feel like
How hard did you try?
I went on to Chat GPT and asked to help me find.
So where are we at with helping future David? We
All right,
we have not.
We're moving then. I've been eating healthier. This is not what is this, a checkup? We're not doing a, hey, you want to start looking at you?
Yeah.
Where are we at with helping future Allison?
I'm doing great.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about your multimedia efforts?
Anyway, okay, so we're going to do that on February 28th.
Okay. All right, this was fun. I'm glad we did it even though it's late.
Yep. Love you.